Really cool effects. Like this is just her sweep, and she's literally summoning a volcano of hot lava.
Oh, wow.
This is like her jab string, where you can literally see she's, you know, spinning around on fire, and the follow-up is a meteor comes from the sky to smash into you.
Oh, that's really cool.
Her jump attacks are huge. Her throws, she always summons stuff.
Okay. Is the back throw different?
This is the forward throw.
Okay.
Yeah, every character has a different back and forward throw.
Okay.
So pretty much in all aspects, she uses her powers and literally bops you over the head with a rock for her overhead.
Nice.
The main game plan, I would say, is pretty much keeping you out. I would call her one of the premier keep-out characters in the game.
Okay.
And it's through strategic stuff. It's not. She is not just simply throw fireballs.
Okay.
So, like for example, her core projectile is this cool beam where she can do it in the air or
a bit of Black Adam there.
And she can actually do a close version, a medium, and a far. And the amplify is this double one that'll actually sweep across the screen. So you can see it has some startup. Like it's not instant, but it controls this mid-range really, really well. Another one is this boulder toss, where she throws this boulder across the ground, and it pretty much controls, you know, the ground, again, with a lot of startup. So she's not going to do spamming projectiles. She has to like kind of decide when she's going to go in and do the moves, but they're really, really strong.
So teleports can beat that, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. Okay. Or you can jump over it, which leads to the third move, which is an anti-air one.
Okay.
You can see it actually has a crushing blow. It does a boatload of damage if they happen to be jumping into it.
Okay. Can it hit you outside of the air in any way?
It won't hit you if you're just standing. Okay. So these two moves kind of complement each other. She has this one on the ground. You can almost think of it like a high or air fireball with a lot of startup, but they do a lot of damage.
Right.
Another one of her core moves is her vine grab. And this will actually hit the opponent anywhere. It tracks to where they are. It's a low, and the amplified one can set up for a combo. Like she gets a free attack when she burns you. So I like to go into some of these overhead and low mix-ups.
So yeah, just to give us the highlights of like what are her most useful strings, you think?
I think this is 4, 2, 3, 4, and it has a lot of range. It's kind of her go-to mid-range. You can see it ends in an overhead. So one of my favorite tricks that catches everybody is instead of finishing it, I go for the low. And they can interrupt that, but if they start interrupting that, you go ahead and just finish the string. Another one I like to do is her back 3-2, which is a low with a ton of range. She does not have a great overhead. She kind of has to do her generic overhead where she does a combo, but this is a low because, you know, really good range, like it's really fast. Another one of her core normals is her forward 1, 3-2. It's very, very quick. And then 1-1-3 is awesome because, or sorry, 1-1-4, because this is actually, I completely lied. 2-1-3 is what I meant. This one is a crushing blow. If it happens to punish or counter, like you do a move that's too slow and I interrupt it, she actually gets a huge crushing blow. The rock will bop him on the head and she gets mega damage. Yeah. Bop. And then she gets a pop-up.
Oh, that's good.
So a lot of times with crushing blows, you get additional damage or dot damage. This one, she actually gets a combo opportunity.
Okay. So let's go into some of her variations. What do you think? How much can she change depending on sort of your customizations and some of the variations?
Her customizations really amplify. She has buff moves that actually help her, and she has a lot of keep-out tactics that are like, they complement her special moves. Like in this loadout, I gave her ground pound. It's a double hitting ground pound. You can hit from full screen. So that complements her rock move. She can do these rock moves. She can do the vine, and the opponent's not going to want to jump because of the anti-air rock. They're going to want to kind of walk their way in or do their teleports, and she can catch you with her low ground pound. I also gave her H2O teleport. It's kind of similar to Raiden's teleport. She can go close or behind you. And this would be good in a matchup where her zoning is not very effective. Like maybe Liu Kang's using his low fireball and straight fireball very effectively, and she actually has to be the one to get in instead of keeping you out. She can teleport to close the distance really fast.
Is that punishable if you can predict it?
Yes. If you wait, she has a lot of recovery. You can see I'm blocking. Okay. It's pretty fast though. You're definitely gonna have to, kind of similar to Raiden, you're gonna have to know that she's gonna do it.
Right. Any other interesting sort of variations you can build with her that maybe you're not showing off here?
I also gave her Deadly Wind, which is this really fast, kind of traditional projectile, which if you notice, she normally doesn't have in her loadout. Her projectiles are like the Hellfire.
High or low, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So this is kind of a traditional one, and she amplifies it, actually goes full screen. You can see it doesn't do huge damage, it doesn't set up for a combo, it's more of like a check.
Okay.
Another one I gave her is one of her buffs. She actually has 4 different buffs she can use, which I'll show you. So this one is Ring of Fire, which if the opponent's in it, they're going to take dot damage as long as they're in it. You can see it actually is pretty big. So this would be one where if you're playing more up close, you can have that on, and anything she's doing, they're going to take that dot damage. So like if she goes for a throw, they're still going to be taking it.
Does that also deal damage on knockdown?
If they're in it, yeah.
Okay.
I also forgot one of her core special moves.
Okay.
My apologies.
Yes.
She has this wall barrier, and the cool thing about this is it absorbs projectiles. So she'll actually absorb it, and I got the crushing blow for absorbing it.
That's cool.
So while her zoning is really great, it's going to be hard for them to counter zone back because of this. So this kind of sets up everything, actually. This is going to limit the projectiles that they can throw, and that's going to open up all of her slower projectiles that take a while to get out.
Okay.
So I gave her one more loadout that has a really powerful buff if she chooses to use it. So this one is her Vapor, and while she's in the water, she can actually block combos. For example.
Like, okay. All right.
Normally this is a combo. If I get hit, I can't do anything. With this on, oops, give me 1 second. While it's on, even if I get hit, I can actually block the rest of it.
Oh, that's crazy.
So
So
she
you'll
literally
take the first hit, but then you can straight up just block the rest of it?
Yes, she can literally break the rules of Mortal Kombat, the combo system, but only if she has the ring out.
Okay.
And this is a 2-slot move, and you only have 3 slots, so you are you're sacrificing one of your slots, but I mean, if she's in that circle, it doesn't get better than that, literally having the ability to block combos.
Okay. So is there any sort of like detriment to not being in that field? Like there's really no reason you shouldn't be in it?
The main detriment would be if the opponent pushes you out. Like I think the counter meta of that would be Liu Kang doing the rest of the string to kind of push you out of it. Or the opponent going up and throwing you because, you know, you can't block a throw, so that would open up throws.
So how easy, like since you're, how easy is it to, like if you're attacking her and you know you're in the ring, like how easy would it be to say like, well, I'm not going to do the whole combo, I'm going to transition into a throw?
That's exactly what I would do.
Okay.
Like if I was Liu Kang, I would do the first part of that kick string, fake her out, she goes to block, because she still has the block, it's not automatic, then throw her. Or you could go for like an overhead low mix-up that's only a single hitting thing.
Okay.
That's exactly what I would do.
All right.
Or you could intentionally do a block string that's really long that will push her out on purpose.
And then you can maybe start up another combo, basically?
Exactly. Okay. But she's going to know you're going to want to do that. So like if she reads that you're going to do a throw, she could duck it, the throw would whiff, then she uppercuts you, and that means she gets a crushing blow. Because if you duck a throw and uppercut, you get a crushing blow.
All right. Is there anything else you want to show us? Like any cool tricks you've been able to pull off?
I think the main thing about her would be you kind of go around a mid-distance and you use your forward 2 move. The opponent's going to kind of not want to hit a button because of the speed of those normals. We're back 3. Then you start using this because they're going to want to go back and do projectiles, and that's going to open up the boulder game.
Right.
You mix up the ground boulder, and that's going to cover the ground. You mix up the air boulder, that's going to cover the air. And then you got it. You successfully, they're not doing projectiles, they're not doing normals, and then that's when you start using your abilities. That's when you start having your buffs on. She also has one where she creates wind and it pushes the opponent back.
Okay. She doesn't sound like she's a combo heavy character, is it?
Definitely not. Okay. She does have some combo potential with this, but that's not really the intention for her to be a huge combo character. She's more of a keep you out character and a kind of strategic far away character.
Okay. Do you mind showing us her fatal blow?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and it's a really cool, the attack, it complements everything about her because it actually hits at any point. Like the rocks will drop down from the sky wherever they happen to be.
Yeah.
So like one of the things that I like to do is I'll be doing these slow zoning attacks. The opponent's going to want to try to do their projectiles to get back at her, and then I activate it. And since it has armor, she'll take the projectile and still
I see.
fatal blown.
That's really cool. I like that a lot. It's really cool. I like that she's sort of like a little bit of, there's a little bit of Swamp Thing in her, which I really appreciate. Would you be able to show off any of her fatalities?
Fatality.
That's great.
Cetrion wins.
All right. Well, thank you so much for showing her off. Thank you so much for showing her